Hello there and welcome back for the first time to Amerzone, The Explorer's Legacy. Now, this is one that I did not know existed for such, well, I only found out about it a few days ago as of recording. And so it looks like it should be right up my street. Now, after my little bit of research, it seems that it is a remake of a classic game, much like Myst, and how they had Myst, the original Myst, and then they remade it like in more modern style. Apparently that's the same case with this. Now, I've never played or even heard of the original game. Apparently it is Myst inspired, and it is set in what looks like a jungle based on the main menu, and the name Amerzone could be a play on Amazon rainforest. Could be an alternate reality. I know next to nothing about it, basically, other than we're going to be diving in and we're going to be having a look. So, we are going to be playing the demo of it. I know the full game is out now, or it's just come out, or it's been out for a little while. And we're going to see if I enjoy it enough to put it as a full series. I'm assuming I'm going to enjoy it. On paper, it sounds like it's right up my street. We're going to find out, though. So, please grab your favourite drinks and snacks, curl up somewhere comfortable. Come hang out with me as we jump straight into Amerzone, The Explorer's Legacy. I had to look at it there for a second. We're just going to roll with it, though. Enjoy, guys. Enjoy. And we're in. Loading screen. We seem to be heading from Paris to somewhere called Langreven. Okay, we're continuing. In loving memory of Benoit Socal. Socal was on the main menu. Apologies, I know nothing about this guy. I'm assuming he's possibly the original writer or original designer of this game. Because this is a remake, so he may have passed, and it's obviously they dedicated this remake to him, which is very nice of them to do. And the right thing to do, to be fair. Lighthouse. Elliot Graciano. We also, I don't know what that is down the bottom there. Is that like a boat dock? Seems to be pointing the wrong way. It seems to be aiming up, not down. Also, I don't know what type of game this is. What style of gameplay this is, because when I was having I always have a bit of a look at the options and have a poke around just to make sure everything's fine. When I went to controls, it was just mouse control. There was no like buttons for moving around or anything like that. So this might be still in the classic Myst style, where we're moving around without changing positions with the mouse. We're definitely not in control of person here. Oh, hello.
You're the journalist, aren't you?
Apparently, yes.
The other day.
I'm going to turn that up.
The professor's probably read it. He received another letter this morning. I put it in his mailbox. It was a letter from the museum.
Okay, thanks for...
Letters from the museum. They always mean trouble. Hey, maybe you could take it to him.
Possibly, yes.
Moving around, you know. He's an old man. You know what I mean.
Maybe.
My advice? He should see a doctor. Well, that's what I think, anyway. Oh, and have
my question.
Something fell from your bag over there. Well,
hello.
Then have a nice day.
Yeah, question. Why are you telling this to a stranger? I don't know the guy. Oh, hello. Okay, use the mouse to have a look around. So, excuse me, I have an itchy ear. Right. Click on the document to show its translation. Okay. Oh, that's in French. All right. I'll never be able to read that because I don't read French. Right. Professor Alexandre Valenbois. He waits you at his lighthouse in Brittany. Despite his unsavoury reputation, he is the only expert on the little-known Amerzone, and we absolutely have to fill those last pages in the feature that Camille left so empty. Okay, so we're obviously playing as a journalist. Van Bois seems to have enjoyed your communications. Get what you can from him face to face and get back to Paris as soon as possible. The accounts department refuses to cover any hotel fees for this report. Emma Fitzgerald, Editor-in-Chief, Mondial Magazine. Okay. So our editor is being, or our newspaper is being a bit stingy. We're not allowed to say we've got to get in and out within a day because we're not allowed a hotel stay. I mean, we could just hang out and sleep rough if we really needed to. Right, sorry, getting distracted. Moving around, click on the arrow icon to move in the direction shown. You can skip the movement by double clicking. You can skip all movements automatically by changing the game settings. Note, for your convenience, some movements are set to be skipped by default. Okay, so we're going classic. So we can't move around like first person shooter move around. It's interesting how it's a unique take on like the classic Myst, because this is kind of like the classic Myst style where we're moving from screen to screen, but they're doing, and rather than making it third person or first person like proper shooter, it is like still the classic style, but they've added transitions in between it, like the animated transitions. That's kind of cool. It's an interesting choice, and not a wholly unwelcome one. It's also nice to be able to play Langreven Peninsula. Telescope. While in close-up view, move your cursor to the edge of the screen to shift your view slightly. Oh, okay, so we can have a little bit of play around here. And I'm not seeing anything yet. Okay. Radio menu. Journal. Apparently right mouse button is the radial menu. Click my documents, go to the lighthouse. Okay, this is our objectives. Diary, we're not going to bother reading that right now. I'm not going to bother reading that right now. Right, so off we go this way. I was going to say, I was in the middle of saying it's nice to be able to play one-handed. That's nothing shady. That's mostly because
this old fool is
I have issues being left-handed and doing like keyboard and mouse. It knacks my hands because everything's set for right-handed people.
Pleasant as it has been, our recent correspondence will not allow me to discuss certain subjects.
Swan. No, not Swan. Goose. Don't be attacking me, Goose. Hey.
Your special issue, the Amerzone. You must be aware that it hits very close to home for me.
I'm assuming the Amerzone is a
mysterious land is both the source of my greatest joys.
It's kind of like an Atlantis kind of thing, maybe something along those lines, like a lost civilization or lost ruins or something like that.
The museum probably told you, but no matter what they say, I know what really happened over there in the 30s when my companions and I ventured into the unknown.
Were you actually there, though? I'm assuming we're going there. Why are we going this way? Again, I'm not in control here. It's animated. The cursor indicates that you can move
my friends and
your view during some cutscenes. Okay, so we can have a bit of a look around. Oh, hello, boat.
That I am
wrecked boat down there.
Today. But I need your help.
I'm liking the style. The music's quite good as well.
Finally bring my version of what happened to light, but perhaps to do even more. Time is running out. So, safe travels, my friend. I am quite pleased to welcome you to my humble abode.
Okay. We didn't pick up these letters. Did we pick up the letter from the mailbox? Or mailbox is on the thing. Right. Rocher Noir Lighthouse. Take the mail. I mean, we're in a nice area. I mean, it's a little bit stormy. Right, mail. Hand on. You can directly control most mechanical elements in your surroundings. When the hand icon is displayed, click and hold the left mouse button and move the mouse in the direction shown. Okay. So we can physically move items. Examining objects. Examining objects from all angles will help you discover useful information. Sometimes even specific actions. Hold the left mouse button to rotate an object, then use your mouse to move the cursor until it changes. The eyeglass cursor reveals useful information. The hand enables you to perform a specific action. Okay. So we can zap here. So that's that one. Can we open? We'll just go open his mail. We're just opening his mail. A little bit rude, but okay. From the Museum of Natural History, Jardin de Plan. Apologies for the accent. Mr. Valenois, we have thoroughly examined your plans for a new expedition to the Amerzone and regret to inform you that we are unable to give a positive response to your grant request. First, the present economic situation does not permit us to finance such a risky expedition. Second, my colleagues and I have the opinion that, unfortunately, you still have not renounced that empirical fallacy which was once in the root of a lengthy dispute between yourself and the museum. Basically, he didn't apologise. That's what I get from that. Or they had an argument, and he didn't succeed. This venerable institution, which I now have the honour of representing, still remembers the bitter disappointment and mockery within the scientific community that resulted from your first expedition in 1932, which we have been weak enough to sanction in the first place. Just as my honourable predecessors did back then, I will warn you against the dangers of such an undertaking, where adventurous fantasy prevails over strict scientific rigour. Edouard Moulin, Curator. A little bit of a rude letter. However, we're just going to leave it. Open the gate. Did we leave it in there? Apparently not. Okay, we did take it with us. Journal. Your journal has just been updated. Different tabs contain all the items and documents you collected. Your objectives, progressive hints for solving them, and lots of other useful information. So it's just general. Just find the information, and I'm definitely going to go this way. That's a big ass anchor. What are we doing? Why we're focusing on this? Alright, so we just had a proper look around. Are we going around the... We're going to go around the outside. Because we're explorers. Well, we're not really explorers. We are... Hello. Lift? It goes up and down. What does it... Wait, does it go... Yeah, so it goes up and down. So that must be a shortcut. What's that noise? Is that coming from those pipes? Alright, so I'm going to guess that this door is going to be locked and we need to access this lift to get up to the top. Never mind, the door is not locked. Hello? Investigation. As you progress along your journey, you may find investigative material evidence that will help you unlock additional articles for your report. You don't have to conduct these side quests. But completing them will enable you to discover additional content and delve into the secondary elements of the story. Investigations are recorded. Okay. So basically we have ourselves a extra bit of oomph, some side quests to be getting on with as well. We have no blank card. No. Right, so we can maybe pick the lock on that. Or maybe find the key. The key's probably going to be more valid, and I'm assuming we're going to be going... That leads down to the basement. I'm assuming we're going to be leaving via whatever's down there. So we can go up there. I'm wondering where... Oh, hold on, is that what they're talking about? Letter from a teacher. So this is side content. This must be the side content that we're talking about. Professor Vanois, I've been told you no longer want to teach your workshop next year after a disagreement with the parent of one of our pupils. For what it's worth, I sincerely think that you shouldn't take the comments of this individual, who is already notorious within our team, to heart. No one thinks you're a charlatan, you're a scientist, and the children love you. Year after year, I see how fascinated they are, and their teacher too, by your sessions on the Amazonian goose. So I hoped I might change your mind. Is that the thing that attacked me on the road here? And so I hoped I might change your mind by writing to you. To help persuade you, little Saphir, who also was mesmerized by your last workshop, asked me to send you something. I've attached to it this letter, along with the usual sign-up form from external educators. Hope you send it back to me, filled in as usual. Warmest regards, Ariane D. Yes, don't let... Second Life is a recluse, okay. Yeah, don't let your one, like, parent dissuade you from doing good work. Teaching's hard. I'm guessing we're going upstairs. I'm also guessing that he's not going to be here, or he is passed.
You are the journalist.
Oh, no, he's not. Never mind. He is here, and he hasn't passed.
Come.
I'm sorry for killing him off before he's time. I'm sorry.
Amerzone.
Hello.
Amerzone.
Okay, what is the Amerzone? I'm assuming it's an area. Well, also, I'm seeing things right there.
It's all over for me.
Photo looks like a photo slide behind the painting. We're going to be having a spy at that.
My friend.
You definitely seem not healthy.
But what can I do? In any case, Amerzone, all that. No one ever believed me. So.
Is that waifu?
After all those years, the egg.
What egg?
The egg is still alive.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yes.
I'm sure we're going to find out. What egg are we talking about?
To take it back over there to Amerzone.
What do you mean? Do you have an egg? Yeah, my guy. Maybe sit down.
My expedition was ready. And all planned down to the smallest detail.
I'm assuming we're going to be doing his expedition for him.
I have no strength.
Or we're going to be drawn into this expedition.
You must go for me. You must go. Take the egg back.
Okay.
Take the egg of the white birds back to Amerzone. I beg you, please. You will find everything you need.
In here?
Right here.
Okay.
In the lighthouse.
We can do that. It's a little bit above my pay grade because I'm just a journalist.
Go.
However, I guess we're going to the Amerzone and we're taking an egg back.
Please. You must.
I am surprised he's still alive. I thought we were going to find his body and then a letter telling us to go. I wasn't expecting him to still be here and to tell us. I get the feeling he's not long for this world. There we go, he's not long for this world. Also, I don't think that you... I don't think his pulse is there. I think it's a little bit further forward. I might be wrong on that. Are we going to search his pocket? Oh no, we're just going to cover him up. Okay, I'll say, are we going to search his pockets? We should probably search his pockets. Valuable stuff could be in there. Clues as well. Right, display interactions. You can reveal all the possible interactions around you by holding down the Alt key. Okay. Find the icons represented by the look symbol. You must move the camera. Alright. Are we doing that? Okay. So we can look at all of these. Right, so we're having a look at this. The marshlands. Note on the Amerzone marshlands. And somewhere out there is a temple of flight, then the volcanic crater, and there perhaps redemption. Okay. I'm still trying to read this without going into this menu, but I keep on forgetting it's in French, and I don't speak French. The Ovo Volahos village, is it still there? I'm assuming these are going to be bits that we're going to spot over here. Luis Angel, my guide in 1933. He abandoned me back then, but strangely, I feel I can trust him. Enough to send him a diskette? What's a diskette? We're on 2 bit. Oh, click on the arrows, okay. Luis's old cabin on the banks of the Amerzone River. Nice. Letter. Valembois. Oh, by Luis Angel. What a surprise. After all this time, when I got your letter, you stubborn old mule, all the memories of our trip along the Amerzone River came flooding back. All that madness with your obsession with the white birds. But the country you knew is no more, Amerzone. Since your pal Alvarez took over, speaking of the old legends is forbidden. I have lost many a friend, and not only to fermented drinks. Many were crushed under the boots of the military regime before they could even utter the words white birds. I did warn you, you should never have stolen that egg from the Ovo Volahos. You cursed yourself that day, Valembois, and with you the whole of Amerzone, and you doomed me too. You doomed me to... That didn't make sense. You doomed me to watch the results of your folly every day. Friends dying one by one, and soon I too will follow them. Rum will get the better of me. I'm dying, Alexandre. But I first must forgive you, just as I believe you have forgiven me for abandoning you that day, deep in the jungle. I will keep this backup diskette that you sent me, hide it where you two met. And you know who. You and you know who. I'm assuming maybe the girl in the picture. I will also leave some fuel for your infernal machine as requested. Just be warned that I will probably no longer be here to welcome you when you arrive. Okay. I know not anything of what this means. I'm assuming we're going to be writing all this down. And maybe a fishing dinosaur. A dinosaur that fishes with its nose. I'm looking forward to that. Best avoided. Okay. I'm looking forward to meeting that one in person. Antonio Alvarez, president of Amerzone. I'm gonna say this not disrespectfully. He has a little bit of a Stan Lee kind of face. Give him a mustache. I would say that would be good for Stan Lee. And I mean that respectfully, because the guy has passed, and he was a very good guy. And very mistreated towards the end. We'll say that. There is a documentary about it, which I haven't seen, but apparently he was very mistreated. Office of the President of the Republic, Presidential Palace. Dear Sir, I convey to you the heartfelt greetings of President Alvarez, who is in ill health and unable to reply to your letter personally. Naturally, he has fond memories of the adventures you shared in the 30s upon his return to the country. Or so we seem to have got him into power. However, as I'm sure you will understand, our country's laws must apply equally to all, and the bonds of friendship you once had with our supreme guide do not entitle you to special privileges. I therefore regret to inform you that I cannot process your application for a visa to enter Amerzone. Are we going to get a visa, or are we just going to break in? We do not wish to welcome any more scientific expeditions which could lend credence in whatever form to the existence of those white birds. This Indian mythology, as with all others of its kind, is keeping our indigenous fellow citizens in a state of mind that is incompatible with our country's triumphant march towards progress and modernity. Never forget where you came from. Thank you for your understanding, Colonel Garciello, attaché to the Secretariat of the Office of the President. In other words, a bureaucrat. Also, that was a very interesting signature. I'm assuming that's signature and a stamp of approval of that. Well, that's the thing there. Right. Notice on Alvarezopolis. Wait, no, I clicked the wrong thing. Capital of Amerzone, Alvarezopolis. You gotta be quite narcissistic to name the capital city. Well, your own name. Right, so what else we got? Letter down here. Mikowski's letter to Valenbois. I don't know who Mikowski is. And also, I clicked the wrong button again. My friend, it was with great joy tinged with disbelief that I received your letter after more than 50 years of silence. I must admit that I had given up all hope that our paths would ever cross again. To be quite truthful, I thought you were no longer with us. Well, you are correct now. You are very correct now. Foreshadowing. But we are too old now. I fear deep down inside the joy of meeting you again is mingled with the fear of seeing you undertake such a risky expedition at your age. My old friend Alexandra, believe that I share your feelings of guilt towards poor Amerzone. We made many mistakes that only our youth could explain. Young and foolish. Today, in the twilight of our years, we want to right our wrongs and thus attempt to obtain from our fellow human beings, or from ourselves, an earthly redemption that pales in comparison to divine justice. All this is very human, I know, but what a folly at your age to set off again through the Amazonian forests and marshlands. You will fail along the way and die out there. What's more, the Amazon you once knew no longer exists, my dear old fellow. Things have changed here as in the rest of the world. You mentioned the white birds, but I've come to believe that they live only in the heady fumes of intoxication that envelop the few denaturalized indigenous people who were spared by the inexorable march towards progress. You must think that I am very bitter, Alexander, but if you only knew the sad state that this country is now in, as if it had been hit by an implacable curse. Should you persist, however, in your determination to return to Amerzone and stop over at our mission in Puebla? Is that right? As you have planned, note that you will not find the companion in adventures of your youth, but a poor toothless old man who will nonetheless be delighted to welcome you under his roof. Then, like two exhausted ghosts, we will go and sit on the riverbank to watch the sun set on our lives. God be with you, David Mikowski. P.S. I must say I was a little surprised by your request, but I'm happy to keep hold of your backup diskette, as you call it. All the more reason for you to stop in and say hello if you insist on undertaking this ridiculous venture. Right, so we've got him. So this is Mikowski. And we're not going to click the wrong button. I almost did, but I didn't. Dear Mikowski, Reverend Father, still a friend, good candidate for a diskette. What are these diskettes? Amerzone route map, that was a little bit scary. A journey that starts in France, crosses the Atlantic to an island, then goes up the Amazon River to a volcano. So that's where we are now. Heading to... That Circle Island seems like Valenbois wanted to stop off there. So we're doing. Also, we're going to be going there to there, and then across into up the river into the, well, wherever the river leads to the volcano, and it looks to be South America. Sketch figures. They look like animals, and we have nothing on the back. Okay, so this is where we are now. We're going to be heading to this island and then across to there. Are we going to do that on the demo? Or are we just going to... I don't know how long this demo is, to be fair. Fisherman's Letter to Valembois. I never would have imagined I'd hear from you after all this time. I still remember the day you washed up on our island after that contraption of yours hit that sperm whale. I'm sure you don't know what has become of your one travelling companions. One of your travelling companions, Antonio Alvarez. Perhaps it would have been better if you'd gone down with your machine in the lagoon. Anyway, I'll take care of your doohickey, this backup diskette you sent with your letter. I'll hide it away like you asked, where you stayed back then. I'm assuming we're going to be tracking these down and getting more information about them. Right, see if I can. You're right to be cautious. The Amerzone Coast Guard seems paranoid that a foreigner like you is going to try and sneak across the border sometime soon. Fair winds on your voyage, and I guess see you soon. Legible signature. P.S. And watch out for sperm whales this time. I'm getting the feeling we're going to run into one of those. And is this our fisherman? It's our fisherman friend. The fisherman we met on Shipwreck Island during the 1932 expedition. He was just a lad back then, reliable but uncommunicative when he was in a bad mood. He accepted the diskette, even hid it from Antonio's henchmen. And then last but not least, we'll have this thing. Notes on the Amazon Delta. The Amazon Delta, where the waters of the eponymous river flow into the Atlantic Ocean, a natural border easily accessible, particularly after a stopover on Shipwreck Island. So we're breaking into the country. Are we done? I'm assuming we're done. We looked at everything on that map, didn't we? Right, so what we're looking at here. We should check his pockets. Open the radio menu by right-clicking music. Let's just get rid of these, because I don't like... Oh, return ticket. Okay, let's just turn that off, because I don't think that's going to be valuable. Well, that's going to run the risk of being copyrighted. Sorry. I'm trying to work out where we're going here. This way? We have garlic. Or onions. Onions. We have a telephone. More documents. Flowers. Power socket. Some nice looking meat. I don't think I want to. I want to be over here now. Who are we calling?
Long River Emergency Services. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, it's a call from Professor Valembois' lighthouse. Professor Valembois. Professor Valembois. I hope he's not having another stroke. I'm sending an ambulance to the lighthouse, Professor. Hold on.
Okay. Did I... What just happened there? What just happened there? I just started pushing random buttons, and apparently 15 is the emergency services. Now, my question is that supposed to happen? Does it matter what numbers I press, it gets through there? Or is that... Did I just literally just guess? Did I literally just guess the correct number? I'm just going to put the phone down. Well, at least there's an ambulance coming, so someone's going to find the poor guy. Right, so we can't interact with those. I'm assuming we're going to be going upstairs before we go downstairs. I'm assuming the downstairs is going to be where we need to be. Let's have a look at the desk.
My dear friend.
Is that one of three?
I am an old man in the twilight of his years. I know now.
I'm glad this is
that I will never
like
have
read
the
out.
strength to set off again to the Amerzone. My only remaining hope resides in convincing you to go in my stead. Make amends for the wrong I have done to that country over 50 years ago. It was in 1920.
Are we going to actually do this?
At the university where I was finishing my studies in natural sciences that I first heard of the Amerzone.
Flashback or?
I befriended a young law student from that country.
Alright, so I guess we're getting story mode.
Was Antonio Alvarez.
Okay, we heard of him.
To become the despotic leader that we now know today.
Okay, so he turned out a little bit bad.
He suggested going with me as my guide and interpreter until we got to the last steps of civilization in his country. A second companion was to join me.
I like it when they do that.
Reverend Father,
because that's a real person drawing that. And it's like a close-up. It's kind of like the thing in Titanic.
Those regions forgotten.
The drawing in Titanic of Kate Winslet on the thing. That was actually James Cameron drawing that.
One morning in June 1932, on board the Hydra float, a revolutionary invention of mine.
Okay, so
unfortunately, this first prototype had
it's not a plane, it's a strange boat, like a hovercraft boat kind of thing.
Near Shipwreck Island. A large number of sperm whales had settled there. I feared that we might have hit one of them. It was only by a miracle that we set foot on the shores of the Amerzone. But already, my friend, I realize that I'm only at the beginning of this tragic story.
Nice.
If you want to find out about what follows, it will be waiting for you in the basement. Your next destination, should you decide to replace me for this new journey.
I get the feeling we're going to shove that in the bag. Yeah, we're just shoving that in the bag. That sounds like a valid choice. I'm assuming that is a key to the basement. You found Professor Valenbois' travel journal, the memoirs of his first expedition to Amerzone. It's an inexhaustible mine of information about the mysterious country. Some of it may prove useful. You can access his travel journal using the keyboard shortcut V. We're definitely going to have that key. I assume that key is for the one downstairs. Labeled basement, sous-sol. It is the basement key. So we need to find this egg that he's talking about. The Amazonian goose. That's the thing that was outside that attacked us. The eternal guide towards the great white birds. New slide. Nothing. Still nothing. I mean, there's only one lit up. Yeah, there's only one of these lit up. Can I change these? No. Oh wait, hold on. We didn't, when we downstairs, we didn't check back. Oh, put that one. Slide 2. Said out to these men, Valenbois and his companions. Valenbois notes, difficult to read without using a projector. Label 2 of 6. Do we have to find these slides? Well, there's definitely one. I think I know where there's another one. I don't know if we need to find these. I guess we're going up the ladder. Oh, that's quite the crocodile. Crocodile? Alligator? I think crocodile, because crocodiles have a shorter... Don't crocodiles have a shorter snout? Oh, a lovely bug. And a hanging picture on the bottom. Aptly named. Caphardus horribilis? Yes. We're missing something in here. Oh, there we go. Specimen seems to have some sort of venom gland. Lovely. Right. Let's have a look down here. I'm just going to go full on exploring mode. L'Ocho femelle, L'Ocho male. So female, male. Is that going to come in handy here? We're going to take it. Book is open up page about the Amerzone Hoko. The page shows a female on the left and male on the right. Is that going to come into play? Are we going to have to remember that? Also, remember we're looking for slides. I'm assuming more than, well, another 5 slides. Are you in there? No. Light switch? No. Case? No. Alright, let's go down. Feels really weird not being able to really move around after all these years. Like, I'm used to having to physically move around the game. Right. So let's go downstairs. We're going to look at the cup. Empty. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Is there going to be another one? No, we're alright. We're safe. Judging by the smell, Valenbois would like to add a little kick to his coffee. I'm assuming the other one's going to be that one. The JF Millet High School, probably a retirement gift. Okay. You're a whole load of nothing. We are looking at that though. Seemed like she meant a great deal to Valenbois. Maybe a first love, native. I'm definitely taking that, because I saw that when we first came in here. Portrait of a young woman. Looks like the same as one in the photo Valenbois was holding. 5 out of 6. Valenbois scribbled down some kind of apology. I'll be able to read it better if I had a suitable projector. We know where the projector is. So we have journal. So we have 2 out of, well, 3 technically because there's 1 already in. Out of 6. Now my question is, can we find all 6 in here, or do we have to? Nope. Alright. Okay, we missed that. I'm glad I accidentally came up here. Right, so we having a look at that. Oh wait, puzzle. So we can click that. So we're going here. This is the second part of the journey. And then into animals. Secret drawer. His passport. Nice, okay. Barcode, passport. What we're looking, I don't know what we're looking at. We'll need to find information on this thing. Oh. Born June 28th, 1904. Valenbois lived a long life. Date of issue. Renewed his passport very recently with a view to returning to Amerzone. Yes, he did. 1997. Would that be the current day? Would that be the day that the game was released, like the year that this original game was released? Alright, so we can get rid of that. What else we've got? Some scribbles. Valenbois' reminder. Various notes seem to be memo scribbled by Valenbois. One particular jumps out at you. PW equals birthday. 3 stars. Nothing else to do that. And then we'll have a lovely picture. Oh, that's Sophia. Okay, she sent us a picture, didn't she? That's very cute. Vorarlberg. Right, so the secret drawer and no thingy. I don't know what that means. Vorarlberg. No, hold on. I clicked the wrong thing yet again. Okay, that's kind of cool. A little bit of a side tangent. Didn't get us a slide though. Do you want to look at the... Do we want to look at these 2 slides while we're here? Or do we want to go elsewhere and try to find more? Let's go down. I kind of want to find more of them before we'll have a look. Got that one, didn't we? Yes. Anything over here? No. We could go downstairs. We're going to run the risk of going down. We're going to have a look at the basement and maybe come back up to find more, to have a look at the slides and hope that we're going to be key. That was the slowest unlocking of a door I've ever seen. I guess we're going to the basement. Also, where's this egg that we're talking about? Hello? It's a little bit dark down here. I could do with some light. I'm assuming we're going to go for the red light and we're going to turn the power on down here. Going to do it automatically. Light, please. Puzzle. Oh, no, I'm just going to use lighter. I mean, we could do with the torch more than light, because that light is going to get very hot. Right, so do I want to go? Do I want to run the risk of completely missing what these things say? Is there only 2 to get, or is there actual 6 to get? Well, 5 to get. Because if I go down here and we end up leaving and not having a look at those, I'm going to be upset with myself. And I might actually, if that happens, I might actually reload the game or start the demo entirely again off camera and we're going to go back and we're going to have a look at these. I'm curious. Right. So we've definitely got a down. Can we go right? Also, I really like the fact that when we move around, the light moves around as well. That noise freaked me out there for a second. I didn't know what that was. And let's have a bit of a spy. Can we have a look at anything over here? Classic point and click adventure. We're just having a look at everything. I mean, I would call this a point. Would you call this a point and click adventure? Because I'm literally pointing the cursor to something and clicking to have a look at it. So we can go that way or we can go that way. That's the way we came. Let's go this way. This leads further down. Let's open it. We're gonna have to go. We're gonna have to go back. Locked. Okay, locked. So I guess we're going back up right now. I'm going to go the other way, and I need to make sure I'm going the right way, because we're going to be in a different position. We're going to be facing a different direction when we come up here. Right, so that's the way we came downstairs. A whole load of lights in here. Right, so this way. Two of three. Another letter. We can't access it though. We turn the power on. Yes, we are. Progressive hints. Need help progressing? No, I don't think I want a hint right now. Reach the internal tunnel. Switch on the computer. I think we're going to try and do this without any hints. Computer 2 of 3. Diskette. We definitely have something on those. Oh, floppy disks. Nice. For departure. For the island. Backup diskette sent. Puebla backup. And then that is backup as well. Maybe. No. A blank. God, I remember using these. Now I feel old. 'Cause I think a lot of people may not know what these are. Blank and label number 5. Well, there's valuable I'm going to burn on this. I don't know, but we're going to find out. I'm going to maybe do what he was going to do. Number 4. Nothing saved on it. Looks like there wasn't enough time. So are we going to actually do it? Label 3. Valenbois didn't have time to use it. Someone seems to mentions a startup program and a plane mode for the hydrofloats. This must be important. Okay, so we took that. These aren't anything to do. I'll just move there. We're going to turn the computer on and we're going to have a look at this letter. So this is number 2 of 3. I'm actually enjoying this. It's a little bit strange, but I'm enjoying it. Puebla. Okay. I did kind of get that right.
The white birds.
I'm intrigued by these white birds.
on the imposing volcano that rises above the Amazonian jungle. They are majestic skyships of sorts. They glide interminably, taking advantage of the thermals created.
Again, that's really cool because that hand is like real. It's like actual real footage that they've used.
3 years, one of the females of the colony abandons a single egg that will, all by itself, contain the entire next generation of white birds.
Did he take the? He apparently took the egg.
Are subject, it seems, to a brutal alteration in their chromosomes due to the toxic gases that escape the volcano. Left to its own devices, the egg would hatch nasty little black birds
Okay.
with a precarious existence. It is at this point that the intervention of the Ovo Volahos, an indigenous tribe descending from a very ancient and famous civilization of white bird
Okay,
worship.
so they take the egg and do something with it to make them white birds, not black birds.
Ignoring the warnings of my companions, I set off towards the unknown, with the old Indian as my guide.
Drugged by a water buffalo. I'm really liking this style.
After a month
I'm really liking the style.
I reached the Amazon fall. Then, out of the blue, my guide had left me. I was starving and had no more strength, totally weakened by a vicious tropical disease.
As one would happen
I
in
owe
a
my
foreign
life
country with, you know, when you're lost in the jungle.
To tribe living near the bottom of the falls. A young Indian girl patiently lavished on me the care that was necessary for my recovery.
Saved by a beautiful woman.
We never left each
Don't we all want to be saved by one?
other. Her name was Yekumani. I loved her, and she loved me.
Long lost love.
And the months that followed were the most beautiful of my long life. But here we are, already approaching the sinister conclusion of this tale, my friend.
Did he abandon her as well? I'm assuming he abandoned her. He got a picture of her.
There is still time for you to turn back. But if you decide not to, the end of my story is waiting where yours will begin.
So we're after a third thing. Can we use the computer? Can I turn it on? Yes. No. I can't find anything here. Unless you can only tap the button. Again, I'm hitting the wrong button. Right. So that's it. Reach the end of the tunnel, switch on the computer. I don't know how to switch on the computer. Again, I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. I'm so used to clicking right mouse button to leave. Right, so I've got nothing else here. I'm assuming this is the computer. That is quite the tower. Powered on, green light. Yeah, that's what computers used to look like. They weren't household stuff back then. And we'll have faster computers in our pocket than the original computers here. Right, turn on Hydroloft operating system. Inserted diskette. Shove that in. Password. Do I know the password? 429185. Incorrect password. Okay. So we need a password. Did we have information? A blank press pass? Oh, okay, so we're not an actual journalist yet. Okay, so we need to finish a task. Alright. Wait, can we have a look at the diskette? It's in the computer. Do we notes? Reminders. Password equals birth. Okay, password. PW password. Okay. Birthday. Which is somewhere. Did we take his passport? We had a look at his passport, didn't we? Okay, we need to go find his passport again. And end of the tunnel. We've got the power. We've got the power on as well. Can we now open this door? Or is that going to be on the disc? Are we going to be able to unlock the door with the disc? Alright. So let's go back upstairs. Because I'm curious now whether... I don't think we're going to find any more slides. We also need to go find his passport again to get his birthday. Because I didn't make note of his birthday. So let's go all the way back upstairs. We're not going out the front door. We're going back up here. And I'm going back upstairs again. We're going to look at these slides while we're up here. Right, so let's shove them in there. Right, so we're on. Let's go up. So that was the first one about the Amazonian goose. So this one, October 1932, Antonio Alvarez, David Mikowski and myself, Alexander, before setting off for the Amerzone. Not a huge lot of information. Nothing in 3, nothing in 4. Something in 5. The young woman in the portrait, you'll find it in your investigations. Forgive me, my darling. So I wonder if she's... We're going to meet her. I'm assuming we are. Right, so where was his passport again? Wait, did we... Hold on. Did we take his password? Did we do password? Passport. Hold on. Do we actually have... Quiet. Notes, diary. Long-term investigations, local investigations. So we need to find an egg. Second Life as a Cruise, we need 1 more for those. Diskettes and preparations, 2 more for that. Scarlet Geese. Okay, so these are like our side quests. What I'm actually looking for is his dang passport. Because I can't remember, I think we picked it up. Oh. I totally know totally new. Would that be 8797 or 80797? Oh wait, no. 28 June 1904. That's the one we're looking for. Right. We came all the way up here for nothing. Although we did get a little bit of side stuff. Right, so we're going downstairs again. Totally know what we're doing. Down at the basement. I don't think we're going to find the rest of these slides because I've either not been looking correctly or they're just not here. Right. Down we go. And across here. I'm going back to the computer. Which is in here. And it was... Can we get into inventory here? You can. Okay. So password's birthday. So 28th of June 1904. So that'll be 28 January, February, March, April. 06. January, February, March, April, May. Yeah. 06. So I always forget. I always forget the number of the months. 280604. 280604. Two 806 04. Yes, okay. Stop it. My memory's not that bad, okay? Right. Verifying status, loading data, transferring, update system information. We're gonna load. I'm assuming we need to load that in order to access the machine down below. Access authorized, so the door's open. And we're taking the disc. Plane mode for the hydro crate. Okay, so we've run the startup program, I'm assuming. I'm assuming we're going to put the disc back in for plane mode to get it. So I don't think we're going to sail to the Amerzone. I think we're going to be going via plane. It's cool that it has a plane mode. Yeah, nothing down there. No. Right, let's go. So this seems to be a plane mode and a boat mode. And this is also... I thought that was a key there for a second. A metal rod. Okay. We can get some information about it. Extremely strong with some kind of hook on top or a wedge, but what's it for? I don't know whether we're taking it. I thought that was a key. Apparently not. So this goes both up and down. So we're in the basement. Can we go up again? Wait, this isn't outside. Oh, we can go up again. Wait. Never mind. I thought we went... I didn't realize we went down there. I thought we went up. Down. So there's only 2 floors on this lift for now. Because that thing on the outside looked like it went all the way to the top. Caution, the next door will take you to the end of the demo. If you would like to further explore the lighthouse, we recommend that you turn back and return here when you're ready. Enjoy playing. Cancel. I wonder can I use the lift from the outside? If I go outside, because we could go around the back of this thing. I want to have a quick look at the outside. I want to see. Obviously, we must be able to use this tool for something. Can we go outside, maybe use it to get to the top? I'm intrigued. Up we go. Up we go again. Up we go a third time. Out the door. Because I don't think we went straight right to the very top. We're not going to go out that way. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go round the back. Because that looks like we can go up with it, but I don't think we can use a tool to get in there. Because it goes right away at the top. And we're not going. It's not going to let us do anything with it. Okay, I'm intrigued. Right, so can we get out on the top? I'm not quite ready for us to end the demo yet. In we go. I want to go back up to the top. I'm going to see if we can get out there, because obviously there's a lift thing. There's a platform outside which calls the lift. And I'm curious. Right, so there's no secret doorway out here, is there? No. Is there one outside? Is there a way outside from here? Oh, whoa. Did I miss an entire area? Because it looks like we can go up again. We can. We missed an entire area. I knew it. Right. So we've got that. We've got another computer up here. We've got a VHS tape. Antonio 1996. I would like some information. Recent recording the Amazonian dictator. Okay, cool. I'm assuming that's going to go in that machine. Let's have a look at this. So this is the hydro float. I do quite like the idea of a plane that turns into a boat. Illustrations of the hydro float, a machine Valenbois appears to have done a lot of work on. It does look quite cool. A whole load of diagrams. Equations. I have no idea what any of this means. Also, that's quite a... I'm assuming he can move those around. Unless he has a ladder. Because that step stool ain't going to work. Right. So whilst we've got the computer still. We have a book. Antonio Alvarez, Reign of the Dictator. That's a lot of we're going to go reading. Okay. Present Guide, Motivated Dictator. There are many titles befitting the ruler of Amerzone, Antonio Alvarez. He rose to power in the 1930s after leading a lightning coup d'etat against the previous oligarchy. Since then, the Supreme Guide has been ruling the small country, still largely unknown on the international scene, with an iron fist. Antonio Alvarez grew up in a poor family, the descendants of the first European colonists in Amerzone. They were in vassalage to a landowning oligarchy, which stood unchallenged at the time. It was a form of modern serfdom, characterized by farming techniques from another era, and with no options for property ownership or social mobility. Even on their own merits, No, I wouldn't have to read that. It's not going to... Oh, there we go. Buttons. I know how to use this thing. Even on no merits, this made the young Alvarez incredibly resentful, as did the territorial conflicts between his own agricultural proletariat and the native Ovo Volajos tribe. Though they too were persecuted by the reigning oligarchy, these competing hardships kindled in Alvarez and at an early age a certainty that the power of people lay in homogeneity rather than diversity. Alvarez achieved outstanding results at school despite attending only sporadically alongside long hours spent working the land, and his destiny quickly changed when these educational achievements drew the attention of an ecclesiastical tutor with close ties to oligarchs. In 1929, he obtained a bursary to send the young Alvarez to study law at the prestigious university, La Sorbonne in France. The new student, who is by now very religious, discovered a whole new way of life there, and a modern outlook which he says was key to forging his own ideology, that of a dictator who does not yet know what he is, for whom only economic liberalism and the strength of the nation state under the close moral patronage of the church may prevail in this world. Antonio Alvarez returned to Amerzone in 1933 under difficult circumstances. All we know is that he started to make a name for himself in the area around the Puebla trading post. That is where Alvarez stirred up a revolt. He managed to turn members of the military and the law enforcement against their own government, which he swiftly toppled in 1934 with the church's tacit support. And so Antonio Alvarez rose to power. It was at the end of the oligarchy and the birth of one of the last totalitarian regimes still in existence. Oh my days, we have more. Right. Since then, as is typical for this type of regime, secrecy reigns over what is actually happening in Amerzone. It is difficult to separate the truth from the self-indulgent propaganda spread by those in charge. All we have to go on are alarming stories from the few exiles who dare to speak out, and who all seem to bring to light endemic corruption, widespread poverty, and a violent repressive state which specifically targets indigenous populations. Such abuses can be dated as far back as the aftermath of the Second World War, when Alvarez bloodily suppressed the armed resistance of the native tribes to Amerzone. There are rumours that certain Western intelligence services were complicit in recognition of Alvarez's Allied support during the global conflict. Since then, despite the clear cult of personality that the dictator has established, there are whispers of his declining health. He's said to be extremely paranoid and particularly fearful of threats from overseas. The country's borders have been hermetically sealed for several years now. There's since been almost no official news from Amerzone. Alright. He's not looking as good as he used to look. Interesting book though. Right, so do we have anything else? Do we have any more things? We've got that. Anything else in here? We should really check this out, shouldn't we? Right, we're looking for VHS tape. Turn on. Play.
Amerzone is a powerful country, and the people of Amerzone are its symbol. I am the father of the Amazonian people, and as
that's some really weird voiceover.
nation among long live Amerzone. Long live progress. Progress will liberate us, separate us from the romantic nonsense of the savages.
Progress for progress' sake, notwithstanding, like, I don't know if I agree with them, but progress, not all progress is good. I will say that. I'm going to stay out politically, I'm going to stay out of stuff. But yeah, I would agree that not all progress is good. A lot of it is, but not all of it. And it's got to be measured. Right, sorry, we're getting distracted. I'm going back out here. This must be leading out to the tower. Or to the thing outside. Hello, birds. guide me somewhere. Right. Am I meant to be up here? Again, it's a very unique place. We can't look in here. That button didn't seem to work. We did have a power cable going down. Oh, let's go up. This is all side stuff. We're pretty much finished the demo. If we go downstairs, we're pretty much done. I'm curious as to what's up here. And have we missed an entire puzzle? We have indeed. Let's have a look at that. Sketch from a lookout tower. Today, as in the past, the solution was within view, almost at 6 degrees. Trigonometry. I don't like trigonometry. We have slides. Okay. Nice. Crowd of people with their arms raised. They seem to be carrying something, though it's difficult to make out exactly what without a suitable projector. Okay. Four out of 6. Are we going to continue? There was another one. It looked like there was 2 in here. I'm really glad I don't have to worry about trigonometry. Right, so let's just mess around with this. Can we do anything with this? Okay. All right. So wait, would that be? Do I continue doing that? Oh, can I do that? Okay, so that's back. That's forward. So if it said almost 6 degrees, that would be, so that'd be 3 degrees, 4 degrees, 6 degrees. So let's go down again, and then click that. Does that work? No? Alright. To be fair, I have no idea what we're doing with this. I'm just messing around with it. Am I supposed to be doing it? I mean, it did say almost. No? Okay. I don't know if we have the information for this. Just back out a bit. Almost 6 degrees. Okay. I've got obviously missing something. I mean, we've got downstairs, we've got the whole thing. We've got like a lookout thing downstairs, don't we? Oh. Never mind. Hello. That's our postman. We can't move around. Can we move this around? No. Close. Why is it still there? Do you have a problem with his bike? Alright, I'm curious about this puzzle. I genuinely am. I don't know if we're going ahead above and beyond. I'm assuming we are. So we need to do something with whatever this is. That's like a switch. That's our attempt. Right, can we go down and have a look at it? So I'm not entirely sure what we're looking at here. What exactly? I don't know what we're looking at down here. Well, it's a camera for certain, but it's not the lift that we're on. Do you reckon that this is just a bonus puzzle? Or do we have to go downstairs and come back up here? Because I think this is the ramp. There's a what looked like a ramp underneath, like on the cliffs, the cliffside. Are we gonna have to come back here to adjust the angle that we're going to be taken off from? I can't see. Yeah, there, down there. That thing. Is that where we're taken off from? And we just need to angle that in the right direction. Although are we following these geese were meant to... Well, geese there, didn't we? Oh, I'm probably majorly overthinking this. We're going to go downstairs. Again, we're going to leave this here. We're going to go downstairs. We're going to have a look. I'm assuming that we're going to have to solve a puzzle up here in order to get this up. I'm assuming this is going to be a thing, because that's not working. And that must be powered from downstairs. Maybe we'll bring in the ship up, because it doesn't look like we've got a big runway. I'm wondering if we're going to bring the ship up, like lift it with a crane, and then it's going to like angle down on the run and it goes shoo, like that, like a vertical runway, like drop down the rails and then go flying off the edge. Because it's going to be, I thought it was going to be like a boat launch and not a plane thing. Right, downstairs. Also, it's taken a long time for our guys to get here. We rang for an ambulance like an hour ago, or rang the emergency service for an hour ago, and they haven't turned up. Right, so I'm going to go down here. We're going to go back to the end of the tunnel and we're going to have a look, because I'm assuming we need to do something downstairs to take this. This lift has to go all the way up the top. Right, through here. Continue. Power. So that's our hydroplane. I'm impressed. This is quite the bat cave. Also, that doesn't seem completely complete. Okay. That's the end. Alright, sorry. Are we really... Am I going to go back in? Am I going to go back in? Because I kind of want to have a look at this puzzle again. I think we should go back in. Because I'm not satisfied. I'm going to go back in. I'll see you back at this puzzle. Hi. So, I jumped back into the game with the intention of scouring this area for the solution to this puzzle. Now, I've since found out, because I had actually had a look, just to make sure that this puzzle is actually solvable, and it turns out it is not. It's not solvable in the demo version. This is a part of a puzzle in the main game, and the solution slash parts of the other parts of the puzzle are in the hangar, which is the end of the demo. Basically, in the main game, we have to do some stuff, solve puzzles in that hangar area to get the plane ready. And this is one of the last puzzles, is basically getting, I was correct, it's to get it aimed correctly to go in the right direction to head towards the Amerzone. Because we use the birds, because the birds are the key, the geese are the key to the location of the Amerzone, because they travel there. So we're going to go in that direction. We'll have a whole bunch of other stuff to do before we even touch that. So unfortunately, we're obviously going to leave that here, because that was the end of the demo and we can't solve this puzzle, which is unfortunate. I wish you could kind of solve it. I thought the demo was going to be a little bit longer, and with it ending us with us actually leaving to go to the Amerzone, but apparently not. It cut us short. However, I came back in for nothing. So I'm going to see you back at the main menu. I'm going to have a quick discussion of it, and we're going to go from there. Right, so back at the main menu we are. So let's go big main, have a little discussion about it. Hello. So yeah, I'm actually quite intrigued by this game, and I enjoyed it. The controls felt a bit strange, although I'm not used to the traditional point and click adventure, like Myst style point and click adventure games like this. It's been a while since I played a game like it. Like the Myst update, we had free reign of walking around. But this is more classic, like classic Myst, where you can look around like the screen. I'm going to turn this down just very slight because that music's quite loud. So yeah, it's more classic Myst style, which kind of threw us off a little bit with it being a remake. However, it's not unwholly unplayable. It just takes a bit of getting used to doing that kind of thing. I'm kind of glad that they didn't change it too much. I'm kind of glad in that. In some ways I'm glad. I enjoyed the Myst remake. I enjoyed the freedom. But I think this is keeping the legacy of SoCal alive. The fact that they didn't change the core mechanics of the game. Genuinely interested. Now, having done a little bit more research when I was looking at if the puzzle was involved, I actually didn't realise that the maker of this game, SoCal, was the same guy that did the Siberia series. Now, I have intentions of doing the Siberia series on the channel. I bought the first game, first Siberia game, and have never got around to playing it yet. That's going to be coming at some point. I didn't realise that this was by the same guy. Admittedly, I didn't know this game existed, to be fair. I've heard of the Siberia games, never played any of them. Apparently they're really good. People rave about them. So that's why I picked that one up. And I have no idea that this was his first game. So I'm even more intrigued now because the Siberia games are very well regarded. SoCal is very well regarded in the community. And I feel like I'm stumbling across something completely new I didn't know existed. Hopefully I'm going to be able to get this and we're going to sort this one out. I am probably going to end up buying this game and playing it, because that demo was enough to intrigue me enough to continue, and I think we're going to get it. I think we're going to make it a series. Not straight away, but we are going to make it a series for sure. I have loads of stuff in the pipeline, really do. I have loads of plans, and getting it doing it in any semblance of order is hard for me right now. Genuinely. So anyway, thoroughly enjoyed that. I liked the music, I liked the puzzle style. It was new but nostalgic at the same time. I don't know if that's the correct way to put it. It felt nostalgic, reminded me of classic Myst, but with updated mechanics, but not like full remake kind of thing. It's right in the middle, and it's intriguing, very intriguing. So that being said, thank you all for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. If you have, let me know in the comment section below. If you are new here, feel free to come hang out, come check out some other stuff that we have going on. We would love to have you here. If you want to leave a comment and tell me I'm a dumbass for not playing this game earlier, or playing the original, or playing the Siberia games, by all means do so. If you're not new here, welcome back. Thank you again for all the support. It is much appreciated. If you want to go above and beyond on the support, you can opt into the membership stuff. If you grab a tier 1, you'll get your name up on the wall just up here. And if you grab a tier 2, you get your name up here as well, and you get early access to the videos roughly a week in advance. If you're not interested in that though, don't worry about it. As I always say, memberships are always appreciated, but are never mandatory. I love you all from the bottom of my heart, and you all know what's coming. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. And as always, just see you on the flip side. Bye bye.